game is a lot. It's called Beat the Teacher. And if my understanding is correct, it's from a British after school television show from many years ago, where I presume pupils tried to beat the teacher. So essentially, the way this works is it's very simple, but very fun. Is a group of students against the teacher. So you take a content set, and in this case, there are some very simple present tense AR verbs, and you curate your content set. And I like to pick 30. It's not too many, it's not too few. If you're dealing with something that's a lot more complex, you can make it maybe fewer questions, but really it will be decided, sort of dictated by, what you need to learn, practice, review. This is sort of old school verb conjugation practice, which I think is very valuable, and I think it's necessary to do. Obviously, you're not going to do it all the time. So if you see here, I've curated 30 sort of questions, if you will, or answers rather. And I would have this. It's important that you have that in advance. And you have a student answer sheet, and you give them that. And your students are going to decide what order they go in. And they can't deviate from that. So you can't have, obviously, the same person going over and over again. And you just draw a tic-tac-toe grid on the board or on your whiteboard, or there's some included in that come with this, with the book materials, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But essentially, they ask you a question. They might say, this is Spanish class, obviously. Doce. And so you might ask them, ¿Cómo se dice you swim informally in Espanol? And so they would say, nadas. And if they got it right, they get to put their X or O, whichever one their team has. And if they don't get it, you put it down. And as you're playing, you have them write notes. You have them write down the answers. So even if they don't beat you the first round, they'll have the notes to beat you the second round. And what's really great is you sneak in all of this studying, because they ask each other, wait a minute, what was 10, what was 11? Because they want to know. So oftentimes I find at first when we do this, if it's something, we're actively learning, it will take them a little while to start winning, but eventually the goal is that they should be able to beat you, that they would have gotten practice. They would have gotten whatever the pattern down is. And what I did here, this document this is all really just Spanish verbs, which you just can't practice enough. And they're all themed. As you see here, I think it's pretty long. It's about 86 pages, I think. Obviously, you can make your own, but with my book, Building Proficiency for World Language Learners, 100 plus high interest activities, there are templates that in the appendices that you can get. And if you teach Spanish, you can get these. I've made them all for you. And just look in the description box. There's a link to where you can buy the book. And then also my offers the book and the course together that has all kinds of additional digital and print resources for you. So I hope you enjoy playing Beat the Teacher. I think your students will really enjoy it. And I'll see you later.